I thought I could ask you the definition question this week. Persona prompting. What is persona prompting? What do we mean by that?
So persona prompting, and I know you have done this in very interesting ways, including this is a little bit deeper version of persona prompting when you actually created a custom GPT of Frances Keller, the founder of the AAA, and engaged in conversation with her. But persona prompting, as I understand it, really refers to asking the AI to adopt a persona and then interacting with the persona that you've asked it to adopt. So it's really helpful in getting different perspectives. I think it's helpful for lawyers in preparing for things like oral argument, or I did a workshop with a group of lawyers where they were analyzing a hypothetical RFP, law firm lawyers, RFP from a corporate client, and had them do persona prompting and say, I'm a GC of a higher ed institution. Here's what's in the four corners of the document, but what are things that I might not have put in here that a modern day GC of a big university would be thinking about?
Right.
And that led the lawyers to sort of think more deeply about different services that they could offer that go beyond the scope of the RFP, but really show how empathetic and intuitive they can be in understanding the client. So I love persona prompting. I use it all the time, and definitely encourage others to use it. But the reason that I picked this definition this week is because I was with you and many of your team last week filming a project that you and your team have built together. And your colleague, Jason Cabrera, who's your AI enablement professional, was talking about persona prompting during the project. So I also thought today's topic really lends itself nicely to sharing a little bit about the project. So if you would be open to sharing what you're building.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I mean, as you know well, Jen, because you're my confidant on throughout this whole process, and my frequent collaborator, we've been diving into how generative AI is going to affect our core business as well as our operations for almost 2 years now. And I've said many times, I'm lucky that I inherited a team and a program that already had a structured innovation program. So we had a great place to build out some of what that change management looked like, even though, nobody really knew what it was going to mean for all of us when we started. And we just started a number of different work streams and then processes and then put some governance around it and built out what in retrospect looks like a pretty great way to approach change management for a legacy legal organization trying to figure out what generative AI is going to mean for your business. And we think it's now pretty useful for other legal organizations, law firms in particular, but probably also in-house departments, in-house teams, and even law schools. I mean, I've been asked to talk to enough law firms, often with you, and in-house legal teams about what we're doing, and I've had many of them say, can you put that together in a course and come teach us how you did it? And finally, after enough of them said that, I was like, well, maybe we can. We have an education a line of education products and services, and so we do education around alternative dispute resolution. Why not around this particular kind of change management for legal organizations approaching generative AI and what that means for their business, and I'm excited about it. Jason is featured, but so are a lot of my other team members, all of whom have been great sports along for a really interesting ride, and we're pretty proud of what we've built and excited to talk about it. We're gonna announce it during Legal Week in New York at the end of March. So I'm very excited to talk more about it as we release it.
Thank you for tuning in to 2030 Vision, AI and the Future of Law. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. Stay informed and inspired as we continue to explore the AI-driven future of the legal profession. We'll see you next time.